Okay, everybody, and we got a little treat here where I got this working pretty good. This is the Star Wars mod for Stellaris, A New Dawn. I'm using the sandbox one. I started with one system, as did most of these others. They had maybe a few systems or whatever. And I built up this area, and then I took out this area, or allied to them, and I got an alliance with these guys. And yeah. I'll show you in a minute here. Here's my capital. Right. Where are you? Where'd you go? Up here? Oh, that's the shipyards. Where's my main city? I can't find you. You're hiding. Where is it? Huh. There we are. Ooh. Why is there no leader there? I'll put him in there. Minister of State. There we go. Ooh. We got a little alliance there starting up. And here's the sort of galactic whatever the heck you want to call it. And there's me right here. These are what you would call the old alliance guys. There's the Bothans, Corellians, the Hutts, etc., etc. Yep. So, I'll show you what it turns like. Oh, and here's something neat. Where is it? Look at the ships I'm getting. Those are the big heavy dreadnoughts. Now, down, where was it? This guy's doing something here. Oh yeah, I just sent a guy on his way. And just to give you an idea of how involved this is, these are the types of ships that I can make here, right? And you have the, where is it? The black part. There's like the nebulons and whatnot, right? And if you want to see what the ones that, these are the ones that you see them use in the Rebel Alliance that look kind of really organic looking, right? So I'm making 2 heavy dreadnoughts right now, right? And the Empire is just a little fleckus, sand and the whole thing. There's Mandalorians. Right? They were over in here. There's the Chiss. Woohoo! We got our first Jedi. Yay! Whatever that means. That they're like a something that would fight. You know, look at this Chiss ascendancy. It's huge over here, eh? They seem like a really nice bunch, eh? Where is the Empire? There it is, Galactic Empire, right there. Kingdom of Alderaan's in there. Trade Federation, Corellia, Ryloth, So far, it's been a pretty peaceful,
Research complete.
pretty peaceful, whatever. I mean, I'm just smoking along here in research too, eh? It's like you see 9200, right? So I'm up to level 3 now. Oh, let's see here. We'll just do that. And then you can see it's only going to be a couple of months, right? So I took the music off, but the music's pretty good in this game too. You get all the Star Wars music from all the shows and stuff. Hey, something being colonized there? How long? 2657. Okay. It's a trap. Oh. So, yeah. So Trump's doing tariffs. What a dick. What a dummy. You know. Huh. What can you expect from a retard? You know? Trump tart. That's what I'm going to call them. Trump tarts. And just so you know, right? Like, the whole thing... People don't understand how much Canada can punch way above its weight here. Especially when we have all these critical materials and Trump doesn't.
Research complete.
There's a lot of stuff we don't have. Now, this Doug Ford guy, he's really trying to pick a fight with him. Okay? And I gotta wonder if that's not planned to make it worse so that nobody can, mitigate a decent thing. Like, yeah, okay, so 49.5% of Americans didn't vote for the guy, but 50.5 did a second time. You know, the first time we can forgive you for being a little, conned, right? You know, the old saying, like there's sayings for this, right? I'm not getting much sleep because, new roommate shit. And he seems to have the habit of staying up at night like the last guy. And sleep all day and run around all night and everything else. And, whatever. I'll just start drinking again and see how that fucking goes by. Yeah. I have to put a lock on my bathroom door at night just so that, because I'm right beside the bathroom, right? So, I don't have somebody going in and out of the fucking bathroom all fucking night like the last guy.
We've just encountered
and we know how that turned out, right? So,
a truly magnificent creature.
It's just, not putting up with shit, man. You don't seem to understand. You're at the end of me putting up with anything of these people. Yep. Okay, we do this. We go. And the idea is you're making spaces for housing, like generator and electricity stuff, and then this is one of those cloud cities like Lando had, right? And where is it? I think it's down here. There it is. We add that, which will then give me that. Ooh, what's this shit? Didn't see one of these before. Atomic recycler. Ooh, kinky. 141 minerals? Oh yeah, baby. Ooh, yeah. Gotta get me more of these suckers. Now there's more reasons to build this shit. I can build these little things. I gotta find gas places though, right? Oh, what do we need here? What do we need? We need, oh, this is nice too. Look at this shit. Alrighty. Party on, Garth. I got one of the biggest fleets in the galaxy.
Research complete.
Not the biggest, but we're up there. And how do you know that? Well, you go over here. This is how you can tell. Inferior means they're less than you, but, you know, they're not behind. See? There's a whole bunch of inferiors. Everyone's pathetic, which means I would roll right over them in a war. So I just keep adding technology and building and building and building up and building up. And then when somebody does want to have something, you know, it's like the king is stupid, right? Or somebody picks a fight on this little guy over here, I just go, rah, clunk. What I'm trying to do now is make friends with these guys and absorb them like I did the guys over here. And that would make me one of the bigger little galactic powers. I mean, you could already see in the Senate I'm already worth X number, whatever. And that's your economics, your military, and your population as well. Anyway, we'll do a few minutes here. And then I just might invade somebody one day. I got alliances with everybody around me. That's what you do, eh? You trade. You trade with your friends. You be nice to them. And you grow and you grow and you grow. And I'll say this. You know.
Council agenda ready.
It's a trap. There is a lot to this game too. Like I had to play for a while to get my brain back into this. Oh. Wow. In all these areas I gotta build at, but I only have so much of this stuff to build it with and other things, right? It limits you, but you build up and out to it, right? And that will, you know, that will do it. Like down here where it says it's red, he's, you know, workers are unemployed, so first thing I'm doing is that, and then that, and then that, and then we got a whole bunch of buildings underneath here, right? It'll work out. Gotta give everyone a job that wants one, right? Okay, I think we can go a little bit here. What I will do is one of these. I get my energy way up, man. That dark energy stuff too, man. That's nice. Where's that atomic grid shit? Oh, that comes later, eh? Okay. This stuff's still pretty important. Imagine this in a multiplayer game where everybody's got their own way of doing things, right? What would you do? Act like Trump? No, because you wouldn't last very long because everybody'd gang up on you and smash you. And you know, the European leader was right. For too long, all of us have helped the Americans get rich and buy all their shit. And now that's in one fell swoop, Trump has just destroyed that. And the point I've always made is that it's not that Europe can't go it alone. Okay, it's that you now have to find out which nation has the toy that you want to buy from the military. They have it all, but they just have them all over the place. And in fact, it might be all over the world in the case of missile systems from South Korea, let's say. Right? And South Korea is not stupid. They're not like Taiwan, all right, who will bend over to Trump. I mean, hey, you need their military that bad. I get it. I get it. We all get it. But you know what? You could have stalled like everyone else does. That's how you deal with Trump. You stall him until you got a plan B or C, right? You could have took the 100% tariffs, okay, and let the Americans pay 100% while the rest of us buy your graphics cards that aren't made in the United States. Hint, hint. Now you just blew it, and a lot of us are just going to say, okay, we're not going to buy this generation, maybe the next, or until Trump's out of office. Okay? So, the three functioning computers I have, I'm just not going to buy upgrades for them. Okay? I don't give a shit. It's nothing off my back. I got games, I got things to entertain me with, and that's the point to make. I'm not sitting around, running around the neighborhood going over to my friend's place to play cards all day. Yeah, that's it. I don't do that. I have technology to have some fun with. I do things. I don't sit around all day doing nothing. Fucking Jesus. Incredible, eh? And this is the other one, eh? Okay, yeah, I gave $50 to Ukraine, help Ukraine, but if the tariffs go on, I can't do that again next month, can I? So, you see, that's what Trump's doing. He's trying to make everybody poor to stop doing things. Well, okay, so instead of the 100 I was planning on giving, I'll give him 50 again. All right, no biggie, right? That's why it's stupid what he's doing. He's just making me want to keep doing it rather than just do one-offs, you know? Anyway, won't be buying any video games for a while because, whatever, and that's going to crunch the American industry again because most of these companies are American. Enjoy that shit. There won't be any buys from Epic Games for stuff, etc. Americans are gonna fucking come to realize that a lot of us Canadians buy their shit because we have more money than they do because we live better, we live longer, we have a double their minimum wage almost, okay? And yet we're able to sell shit cheaper than them in the US because they'll have the minimum wage and then the person who's making they're working for charge more, way more. Okay? And that's the American system. Right? It doesn't work. Okay? It produces Trumps. Okay? That's all I gotta say. I mean, it's fucking obvious, right? Let's see here. I'm gonna do one of these. I'm gonna keep these guys happy. One of those. One of those. Then we'll have to do one of these. Wow, this is gonna take a long time, man, to deal with all his cities. Holy shit, eh? You went and he made a ton of these research labs. Like, I almost doubled my research from doing that. Like, yeah, okay, I get it. I gotta worry about that.
Our scientists just made a breakthrough. New technologies are now available to us.
Did all three. Wow. That's neat. So now we're starting to get to that point where it's going to get tougher to move up. Let's take the lowest of them all. What that'll be is, okay, the one had what was it? Man, see, this is what happens when you don't get sleep. You stop thinking straight, too. Damn. Interesting. So I'll go.
My liege, we've just encountered a spaceborne life form. A truly magnificent creature.
It's a trap! I had to say it once. It is too bad I can't play the music because of YouTube, but is that I would put on that doo 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 from when they attacked the Death Star and shit. But anyway, that's the one problem with this mod compared to the old Star Wars mod, is vanilla does not get the ability to make a Death Star. You need to buy a DLC, and I'm not buying DLC nothing with these people. I mean, Jesus. Since that time, they put out like 15, 20 DLC at $20 a piece. I mean, I'm not spending that kind of money for a video game. I just, like, I did it for Warhammer. That's it. I'm not going there again. Okay? That's a big, colossal waste of money. Get everything you can on sale or don't do it. Right? And if you really need a graphics card, buy the cheapest one, because this whole generation of graphics cards is shit. It's just shit. The fact that AMD can do as well as they are versus Nvidia tells you all you need to know. And this 2-pin overpowered garbage shit, just make us some cards that have one pin and keep increasing what you can do with that. Okay? Because we're not infinite fucking nuclear power plants at home here. Okay? Many, many, many millions of us don't have the ability to pull maximum power out of the fucking wall without potential fire hazards. I mean, and blown fuses. Okay? You have to, as engineers, understand that. Okay? And we're coming up on the time when that's it. There's no more you can do physics-wise. And that's why they're pulling all this fake frame shit. Because the amount, they can keep adding to the sizes of the card and more stuff on it and get such little increases for what they're spending. It's stupid. And the reason the prices have stayed up and gone up is they're using all this tariff shit to overcharge you to begin with, and then when the tariffs come, they can eat that cost and laugh at you because you're still paying way too much, and you don't even know it. And that's the thing, right? Now, the smart move in all this would have been for Taiwan to say, okay, give us 100% tariff, and then when you import them into the U.S., your 340 million people can pay double. The rest of the world will pay normal, and we'll get by. That would have been the smart move. And then you would have maybe enjoyed in a couple of months cheap LNG, environmentally as best as we can do, natural gas to help you make those cards. But now I would say, if I were Mark Carney when he gets in there, I'd be saying, you just fucking lose, buddy. And South Korea and Japan, here you go. And watch South Korea catch up to TSMC, all right, in chips. And I would say we need a third chip maker to go back to TSMC and make 30 series cards because and do it at price levels of $200 and $300 or $400 Canadian for for better graphics and whatever else. And I'll say this, okay? Then you would kick AMD in the head and Nvidia. We're going there with Nvidia and the US and all this other shit. They're all Americans. You see? They've been sneaky about it, right? Oh, okay. Just pull all the critical minerals on these assholes, and then they can't make their graphics cards and their chips. That's the whole fucking point, man. You can go put $100 billion investment into the, say you're going to do that into the United States and everything else, and build. You can build the whole fab for the best chip in the world, but if you don't have the materials to build that chip, you're not doing it. Okay, and then people will stand around. You're going to pay them to do that in the U.S. U.S. wages? No, no, you're not. That's why it won't happen. Okay, because Trump isn't going to try and back down. So this is just going to go on and on and on until finally somebody here in Canada says, okay, out go your lights, out go your fucking critical minerals, and that's it. Stuff just stops getting built in the U.S. Or if it does, the law of scarcity comes in so that when we cut you off of 60% of the steel, it's not that there's going to be a 60% increase in the price. It'll be that there's only 40% steel there, and everybody will start trying to get what's left, and the price will go way up. And the glory of this is, in a way, he does us a favor because then we're not using all our critical minerals up. And then they have to start digging and finding little spots to do little bits, and they waste it all. So that in 50 years, they got nothing left down there. Nothing. And then it will be just, it would be worse than a third world country. You know. And here's the problem I see from most governments. Most governments have friends that are business people because they rely on that to know how their policies for business should be. And when those business interests are affected, they don't want to upset those guys, right? Well, that's fine. The problem is, this just doesn't affect them. It affects the people, the consumers on both sides of the border. And that's where I'm not seeing that stand up. Okay? Right? And as much as I can disagree with Doug Ford on just about every policy the guy has, okay, at least he actually says something to fire it up, right? Whether he does things is another story. I would like to see proof. He destroyed the Starlink deal. I would like to see proof that he's doing anything other than saying shit and then walking off stage there and going off skiing or skidooing at his little shrubbery and then hanging out with his kids and his kid and his wife that are all mega. Like, you know. Fucking retards. Just bewilders the mind. Okay.
My liege, we've just encountered a spaceborne life form. A truly magnificent creature.
The spice must flow. So now, see, I gotta get kyber crystals, and I don't know where to get them, you see. so rare in the game, right? You just like these two empires. This whole area has none.
Research complete.
I think you got to get to level 5 on everything, right? And I'm like level 4 in some stuff, and yeah. See, there's a 3, and some of these they just open up special stuff, right? So you take them to get them out of the way, especially purple stuff. You see something purple in this game, you automatically go for it. And I'll continue my R-ball thing there as well this week. I actually got some decent traffic on it for a change, which was,
Research complete.
it's like one Ukrainian supporter was telling me, he says, it's really unfortunate that a lot of Trumpers and MAGA and Russians got involved with Warhammer 40K because they kind of ruined it. And, if you go to Steam and look at the Warhammer, the new Warhammer game, they're just ripping it. And it's a really fun setting for with lore wise, but the problem is that you have a lot of bad people that pile in on it because it can reinforce some stereotypes of bad shit. It's like Starship Troopers. Some people like that movie, right? And go on about this, that, and the other thing, and I'm like, it's a parody about Nazis. Okay, it really is. There's your Nazi world, right? You have to do things for the government to become a citizen. That's goofy. Okay? Like, yeah, okay. It's not going to end up like that, okay? It's just not. And all I got to say is Elon Musk has lost 30% of his wealth since Trump took office. Trump has wiped out his country's stock market gains since getting into office. And you could argue it goes back now to middle of January. And it keeps on going. I mean, he'll wipe out a whole year's worth of stock market gains, and by the end of the week, Now, mind you, it harms Canada because they have people that invest up here, and our people are invested up here and go, well, what am I going to do with my money, right? Well, I'm not going to put it there. I'll put it somewhere else. And somebody was trying to manipulate the gold market to keep it under 3,000 because once that hits 3,000, then everybody that's when you can. There's a bit of a panic mode there about something I heard about with gold and that, and it all has to do with the U.S. and the scarcity of how much gold there is being taken out of the ground compared to what people buy. And so they get these little tickets saying they're owed gold, and meanwhile they might not actually be able to get it. It's like a, I don't know, speculative weirdo. Only Americans can invent shit like this kind of thing. It's just. And by the way, here's a little education for you. When Trudeau says if he doesn't stop this, there are non-tariff measures that we can do. And President Biden, with the help of the Pentagon, had Trudeau sign a document that bypassed the free trade agreement that basically said, okay, the Prime Minister of Canada can divert any critical mineral or all if he or she wishes, okay, to any NATO member. What this means is, hey, you want to do a trade war? well, we're a NATO member, Canada is, so we're just gonna stop it going to you. And all these companies have no rights to stop that. Okay? That's worse than tariffs. Okay? Suddenly, the cost of American arms and whatnot is so expensive that nobody wants to buy them anyway. And in fact, I think that's going to happen. And then you're going to see the 900 billion that Europe is putting out for its members to start building up industrial military stuff, right? Will start happening. I mean, why not invest in Europe and all that? Because they're going to be spending the money instead of the Americans. Okay. And what'll happen is you'll start seeing these other big companies that were sending the aluminum to the Americans or the whatever. They're going to start.
My liege, we've just encountered a spaceborne life form. A truly magnificent creature.
They're going to start sending all that stuff over there, right? And it's, you know. Woohoo! Whoa! Look at that shit! Oh yeah! Do 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 do. Oh my lord! Look at this. See, Unity no longer has a use after a certain point. Like, see what I mean? Oh yeah, and here's the Unity or traditions I did. Right, prosperity, expansion, the design of my ships to make them go. To adapt, survive, and surpass. And then I used diplomacy. That way I could basically just tell everybody what I wanted to do in a nice way, and they would agree with me rather than having to force them and have a big army. Then you go mobility, supremacy. That gives me naval capacity and stuff, and then business. Yay! What's going on here? I'll take that. Boy, we're really pushing that, eh? Oh, wait. Wow. Just wow. Oh, 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 oh. Upgrades. What's that mean? Huh. What's that upgrade to? A prison? Hall of Judgment. And if I were Hollywood, okay, I would go back to the 1990s and look at the Justice League stuff back then when Superman was against Lex Luthor, who had taken the Oval Office. It's almost like Trump watched cartoons and decided, hey, this is good, what I want to do. I'm not kidding you. It's a direct playbook of an animated cartoon. that's even more funny. Holy upgrades, eh? Where's the energy one? That's already done. Oh, there we go. I like that. Couple of those and we'll have more minerals than we'll ever need. Look at everything's building here, eh? Well, okay, almost. Getting there. You get busy doing this. Okay. Yeah, see? Ran out of minerals. Blocking 184. We'll just sit here and wait for it then. Produces 153 minerals. Yeah. Okay. That's good. Let's get like 20 or 30 of them built. Not yesterday. Now. Damn it. There we go.
My liege, we've just encountered a spaceborne life form. A truly magnificent creature.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah. Wow. Food is off the scale. Which is nice. Almost. Look at that though. 500,000 research storage capacity. Wow.
Our scientists just made a breakthrough. New technologies are now available to us.
Woohoo! Let's get all these number 3s done. Plus one building slots, eh? Interesting. Then you just come down here, pause it. Wait for a turn. And then you fill up that with energy and whatever else you want. I'm gonna fill it up with alloys. And yeah, I could speed it up, but sometimes you'll get 50,000 pop-ups and you go, ah! I should put a leisure place in there. Okay, so.
Our scientists just made a breakthrough. New technologies are now available to us.
What's this? Civilian assembler. What's it do? Production. And it costs 10 of those. Wow. Now we're getting some nice buildings. No longer need these things. Damn, eh? Commercial zones. Ooh, that's very tempting. But we'll wait. I want Then you sit back, wait for a few more turns, and you just keep going down the list. And then by the time you're done there, you go back to the top. Wow, look at that. That's just nuts. Okay, let's get some of these out of the way. Out of the way. Start building this up. And the other point to make is you can build your own ships in this too. You go into Fleet Manager and you go create new. And let's see here. Whoops. Oh, wait a minute, back up here. I went the wrong way here. Fleet Manager. No, I don't want Fleet Manager. I want... Where is it, Fleet Manager? Hold on here. Oh, I hit the wrong one again. Ship Designer. There we go. So then you can go like this one, right? You can go, you take the auto design off, right? Right, and there you go. Now, right, you can click on an area and you see it'll show you the latest hide obsoletes, right? Okay, it'll show you the latest for everything, right? There's the craft there, right? And the really, really big ones, okay, like once you get down to, where are we here, where are we here? That's the ones you start to see in Star Wars. And this is the really nice one that I like. There's the Star Cruiser. And then you get to these ones. Okay. Where once they get to this size, you gotta click here and it will show you this side, and then then you pick one of these and it'll give you certain slots. Right? Okay. Defense stations, right? Defense satellites. Golden 2 platform. And a space gun. Anyway, you have fun with that too, right? So if you were wanting to save a buck and you wanted to go something a little less powered up, you could do that, right? And, plus it's also got these things, like these little excavation sites, and it kind of does a thing where you roll and different things like that. They could have done this a little bit differently. My take would have been to have a little animation of a guy digging or something a little more interactive in here, like a little mini game, right, that you could do. And you have this kind of stuff more for the single player experience, because if you were doing this in a multiplayer thing, how the game looks after that would be, oh, my brain, thinking of the code to do that. And that's why they don't do that kind of stuff. But you could for single player. And that's why I play single player with this, because, my lord, imagine everybody trying to do something in this at the same time that, Okay, so, gotta wait a bit. This is now down again. Good thing is, when I go to build ships, I got lots of stuff. Let me see something here. when that empire does. And those chists at the other side of the galaxy get too mean and nasty, right? Where are they? Ooh, it looks like they got beat up a bit here, right? Just ascendancy in there. There's a lot of big, semi-big empires here. These guys are having a hard time. A lot of this area is semi-empire-y over there, right? There's those Trandoshans, they're meanies. This guy's having a hard time with monsters. Never let evil beings breed in great number. That's been the problem of this whole bunch of yahoos. Okay. We're up to 2K now. Let's see.
Research complete.
Okay, hold on. See? It's somebody yelling at the building to get in at 1 in the morning. Yeah. See? That's what I mean, right? It's the kind of shit that you just go, really? Really? Here we are. Upkeep. 4.5. So you go like this, and you go down here. What's a bioreactor do? Oh, yeah. And then the next guy. Hell yeah. Imagine putting about 20 of them there, and that'll be enough. That'll be like 5K a month. Holy jeez. Woo. Then you just wait a month. Do 2 more. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, we got that. Let's start doing this. This is going to start increasing that. It's okay. Well, this is what you do. It's a nice, calm, relaxing kind of setup. It gets busy when you start a war and you gotta coordinate all your stuff. But this is kind of like more like realistic in the sense that you got neighbors. You don't treat them like shit. They don't treat you like shit. Okay? That's all there is to it. And as you can see, I got peace all along the border, boys. Right?
Research complete.
So you don't always need to be the galactic emperor and try and take over the universe by beating everybody over the head. You can always be their ally, then form an alliance, and then maybe one day, you know, if these Americans had have been cool about things, probably in 50 or 100 years, maybe and started giving their people health care and different things, you know. And what could have happened here is Trump could have said, I'm scaling back my military 15%. You guys got to up your thing. This is if I was a real leader of the U.S. And that 15% is going to go into healthcare, benefits for our people, and increasing the minimum wage and giving a tax break to the businesses that have to pay the new wages. That's how you do it. Okay, you don't turn around and just cut your military in half, say middle finger to everybody who's been relying on you and sending you stuff so you can build it all. And then screw with them too. It's just, the guy's nuts. That's all I gotta say. He's just nuts. He's cuckoo. He's a cuckoo bird, you know? Nobody can tell me otherwise, okay? Show me anything he does that's intelligent. It's all rapist, criminal, bully bullshit. You know? And you stand up against it. If more people stood up against it, that would be it. If the rest of these leaders all said, "No, Trump, we're not going to deal with you. We're gonna cut our trade off with you 100%." Yes, it's going to really hurt people for a short term, but in the end, he's going to back down because 340 million people, okay, with about, what is it, about 5%, 4% unemployment, right? So 4% is about a million people are out of work right now in the U.S. altogether. Imagine if they woke up the next day and it was 100 million people out of work. Okay, that would be the end of his government. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell most people. It's not just going to be a million people out of work or 2 million people out of work. It's going to be tens of millions of people out of work, and you're going to be screwed hard. People in Hollywood are quiet. You know why? Because when do you buy things from Hollywood? When you have extra money. That's when you go to the theater, when you got spare change in your pocket, or you buy a video game or whatever. But if you ain't got no money for your rent or your whatever, you don't buy nothing from them. So in a way, that's what he's doing this to them on it, right? Right? He doesn't care because he wants to screw them too, right? And they don't speak out about it because some of them are so wealthy they don't care. They really don't. Oh well, it's not for me to. Where was that building? It was up here. There we go. If it's blue, I'm taking a hyperspace route. Which is quicker. Nah, 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 nah. I think, anyway. Oof. See how fast hyperspace is? Whoosh. Anyway, now we're down here. Go. For every one of these, I can do 4 of those atomic things, so it increases my cash flow. Just so you know. Go a little bit more and then I'll call it an episode. Just so you get a good idea of how this kind of works. Yay. Alright. So I go.
Research complete.
That. Where was it here? What I got? Again. That sucks. Okay, so we'll call this an episode.